Today I got a pair of cowboy boots for you from Dan Post. Let's check them out. That is your unboxing experience. Now, smells like leather, but it also smells like rubber. Why does it smell like rubber? Because it's hard to get them out of the box. Because I got a pair of Dan Post rubber-soled cowboy boots with the wide square toe. Wide square toe, but I love it. There's a small taper to it, and I like that. Dan Post has just got away with design, and I keep saying that on my channel. So the folks at Dan Post sent these out for me to check out. So I said, send them on over. These are the Brigston square toe boot with the rubber sole. This is what I like to call your everyday boot. This is not a dressy boot that I'm going to wear to church. This is something that I would wear for work. Now, as I've shared with you before, I do video production. So the type of stuff I'm doing, I'm on set, I'm working. Sometimes we're out in the field working on oil fields. Sometimes we're out in the orchards working in agriculture and filming those things. This can do all of that. And this is what I like about it. It's not ostrich, it's not exotic. So it's not too dressy. And it's more of that everyday boot. Now, if I don't wear it and get them dirty at work, I could still take this out and wear it out on the town just fine. And it look good in a t-shirt, in a cowboy hat or a trucker hat, and a pair of jeans. And this is the everyday boot that I like to wear. In my closet, as I am amassing my collection, I have two sections. One section is for my dressy boots, my exotic boots, and then another section is for my everyday boots. And those are the kind of boots that I'm taking out more on a regular. These are the kind of boots that when I'm going out Friday night, I'm hitting the Bible study, I'm going up to a friend's house, this is what I'm going to wear. I'm not putting on the ostrich, that's too much. The caiman bellies, it's overkill. Whereas this is the kind of boot that I could take. You know, if I'm wearing boots and I'm not wearing sneakers, this is the type of boot that you're gonna find me about 75 to 80% of the time in. And then if I'm going to church versus say Bible study, okay, now I'm gonna wear one of my exotics, or I'm gonna wear one of my more dressy ones. Black usually tends to lean towards dressy, so I'm wearing one of my black leather boots, all that good stuff. But this is casual every day. And then when we're talking about casual every day, I don't go dancing in my cowboy boots. I do not ride horses in my cowboy boots. So I have no need for leather soles in my cowboy boots. So this is fantastic for me. As I talked about in the Creed leather boot review, this is the kind of stuff that's gonna last for a long, long time. This can always be replaced, right? Your heel cap could always be replaced. These soles, they're gonna last for a very, very long time because they're hard rubber. But they're very slip resistant. They're gonna grip the surface just right. So no, this is a fantastic boot. Again, I don't ride, I don't dance, so I don't need the slippery bottoms of a leather sole. I love the look of a leather sole when it comes to the leather sole on the outside. I tend to get my leather soles modified by putting a sole saver on them, which turns them into rubber soles. Hybrids anyway. I love these rubber soles because it fits exactly what I need it to do. So, let's get down to the brass tacks. We're talking about a fully leather boot, and I am a fan of the one color. Now, usually when it comes to Dan Post, they have fantastic looking designs when it comes to their upper. This is a more muted style, like I said. This one is more function. Now, don't get me wrong, it does look good. Again, they have just this strong sense of design when it comes to their boots. Even their everyday basic boot looks good. So as I pull this stuff out from the inside, we're talking about full leather outers and innards. Now, when you're talking about this price point, when I first thought about these boots and the Creed leather boots back there, I was thinking that they were going to have leather on the outer and then they're going to have some mesh on the innards. No. These are fully leather on the outers and the innards. You're getting a premium boot here for what you're paying for here, which in my opinion is pretty crazy. But take advantage of it because this channel is all about getting the deals when you come to finding your boots. So we're talking about leather inners and outers. We have the removable soft strike insert. And as usual, the thud test. It's got some weight to it, so you know that it's a nice and heavy insert. Now, the website says that these things are textile innards. But as I'll show you in the close-up, these are all leather in the insides. So I'm not sure what the website, unless they're talking about the counter material, but it says the insides are textile. And as I'm feeling it right now, this is leather. This is a pigskin leather. And I will show you with these close-ups. And as I already pointed out, they are rubber soles, and you have your leather heels. Leather stack, I'm not 100% sure because it looks like it's leather stack, but the material actually looks like it might be leather board or the compressed leather. Regardless, it is a leather heel, and it's not some kind of plastic, rubber, or some weird composite. It is a Stockman heel. As you can see there, it's that nice single block style heel. That's what I call my Stockman heels. Block heel, just a straight up block. Looks good though. And then the website says this is an 11-inch shaft height. This, in my opinion, is a reasonable shaft height. Not too tall, but definitely not too short. Now, all that being said, these boots sell on Danpost's website for $230. They usually run some sales, and if they're not running sales, guess what? You can get 15% off your purchase with my code that I have down in the description. Check it out. Make sure you use it when you're checking out so that you can get 15% off of your purchase and you don't have to pay the retail price. Because you already know, if you're on this channel, I don't like to pay retail. I always got to go under retail. So all that being said, use my code. Let's see what these guys look like on feet. This is the on-foot portion of the Danpost Brigston wide square toe cowboy boot. And so this is what I was talking about when I meant that this is your everyday, go everywhere cowboy boot. It's nothing flashy. It's nothing over the top. It is nice looking, good looking, nice looking, but basic brown square toe, double stitch welt cowboy boot with the rubber sole. Once again, that's one of the things that I love about Danpost, is the fact that they just have such an attention to detail, and they know how to design their boots. And the cool thing about it is, one of the things that I've noticed about certain cowboy boot brands is they have a tendency to kind of look cookie cutter. In other words, Ariat might make a pair of wide square toe boots that look a certain way, and then Justin has a pair of cowboy boots that kind of look the exact same way. The thing about Danpost is that when they make their boots, you know you're wearing a Danpost boot because it looks different. To me, it seems like they go that extra mile to make sure that you know that what you're wearing is different, and this is not a pair of Ariats. This is not a pair of Justins. You know you're wearing a Danpost boot. That's exactly what's happening here. This is just a different looking boot. So let's talk about how these feel. They feel really nice, really comfortable. There's a lot of room in here for my feet to move around without it being too big and floppy. Again, these are a size 13D. Now, in some other brands, I'll wear a size 13 double E because they're a little too tight in the ball of my feet. That's not the case here. These 13Ds are just fine. There's plenty of room for me to move around in, enough for there to be some heel slips so that I can wear this and it not start to bug or rub on the back of my heel. It's great. It's great. The one thing that as I already said, I really like about this Danpost boots is they have a nice toe bug and wrinkle. And that's one of the things I love that my cowboy boots need to have. They don't have a toe bug and wrinkle. I'm not that big of a fan of them. I like a toe bug and a wrinkle, unless you're talking about exotic boots and you don't have that on your, say, your ostriches. You don't have them on your Piruku. That all makes sense. But on your regular leather cowhide boots, I think they need to have their toe bug and wrinkle. That is just signature for a cowboy boot. And that is my review of the Danpost Brigston boot. This is the fantastic everyday type of boot. This is the kind of boot that I'm looking for, that I can wear just relaxed about. Of course, my preference lately has been the narrow square toe, but even the narrow square toe sometimes lends to be a little bit more, in my opinion, dressy or classy is what I think of. So this one is a very casual, relaxed, double stitch welt wide square toe boot. That's what that says to me. Well, that was a whole lot of talking, but I hope that helps bring clarity in your purchasing decisions. Again, if you want to go buy these, you can get a discount using my code. And that's it. I will see you guys on the next one.